So in January 2023, Dawn got a wild hair and she decided she needed a new car, a fast car. So she went and found herself a lightly used Audi SQ5. From the very beginning, I hated this car. There was nothing about the car that I liked. I didn't like the car. I didn't like the fact that she needed a car. We weren't in a position to buy a car, but I wanted her to be happy. That was all that I ever wanted, was for her to be happy. And so we bought the car and we paid dearly for the car. She was convinced that I would learn to love the car, and I never did. So Dawn got sick in April of 2023, and by May 11th, she passed away. So she passed away on a Thursday, and on Monday, I went and turned that car back in. I hated the car. I hated everything that the car stood for. So I went and traded it back in. I took a huge loss. I didn't care. So I traded it in. My mom drove over with me in my car, which is a 4Runner, an older 4Runner, which now has 175,000 miles on it. And so Dawn's car was going to be traded in. The 4Runner, while my mom was waiting for me, the battery died. So she was on a side road. We're on a side road. She's on a side road. I go to find her, and the car won't start. I have never dealt with this before. I'm just going to be super honest. I am not mechanically inclined. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I went and got jumper cables from the place that I had just been to with Dawn's car. And I watched YouTube, and I figured out how to jump start a car. This is something that I had never, ever imagined in a million years that I would have ever done. Yet, I was out there doing it. I did it all by myself. The car started. I didn't cause an explosion. I'm super proud of myself for doing that. That was the first time that I truly felt like I was by myself. That I knew that the weight of the world was on me. I was in charge of the farm. I was in charge of the vehicles. I was in charge of the finances, everything. It was all just on me. It was a very heavy moment for me. It was also an extremely proud moment. I felt Dawn there with me, watching over me, because like I said, that is not something I would have ever done. My mom wanted to call AAA, but I don't have AAA. A first. Second thing is that I didn't even know where we were at. Like, I didn't know how to tell AAA to get to us. So I did it by myself. Super proud of myself for relying upon myself, figuring out what to do. So this is just one of the first of many things that I did that I never anticipated in my life that I would ever do. Some days I really feel like I have it together. Other days I feel like I'm just barely hanging on. But I refuse to quit. I will always show up, and I will always make the best of every situation possible. Have you ever been in a situation like this where you didn't want to be, where you were experiencing something that you didn't know how to do, how you were going to get yourself out of, but somewhere, somehow, inside of you, you pulled up your bootstraps, figured it out, and carried on? If so, share it with me.